A lot of things about the Bondi attack and the government's response just doesn't add up, does it? Let's have a think about it. For decades, for the history of our country, I think, governments, Labor and Liberal, have always supported Israel and Israel's right to have their own nation. Some people call that Zionism, as if it's a dirty word. I mean, it's not. So that's the backdrop of it. The Western world and Australian government have always supported that. Then all of a sudden we get the Albanese government 2 years ago and how they respond to the October 7 atrocity over there when Hamas brutally attacked Israel. And what has been this government's response ever since? It's been an obvious siding with Hamas and the Palestinians, well, at least the Palestinians, sympathetic to their cause, rather than truly embracing the horrific terrorist attack brought upon the sovereign nation of Israel. I mean, what would they do if Australia was attacked in the same manner? So I think we're looking at massive hypocrisy there. But consistently, Wong was at the front of it as being the foreign minister. She would be up there immediately after Israel said or did anything with her negative and reactionary response, which was totally unnecessary from Australia on the other side of the world. So why did she do this? Well, obviously they want to show their anti-Semitic colours and their support for the activists, because these photos with Albanese in, what is it, left-wing anti-Semitic pro-Palestinian protests from back in the day. We're just seeing their true ideologies come out. So consistently over the last 2 years, they did nothing against appalling Muslim protests on the Sydney Harbour Bridge, continuous protests in Melbourne and Sydney, week after week. I think they're so proud of it. How many weeks? More than 52 weeks in a row or something. And this government sat there and with silence was essentially applauding it and saying, yes, we want the Palestinians to have a victory in this thing over there in the Middle East. What on earth does that have to do with Australian politics, other than the fact that this is the ideology of these Labor Party leaders, and also the fact that they have a massive Muslim vote, particularly in Western Sydney, but not only that, they have a massive multicultural vote. Indian, Chinese, Muslim, and they do not want to appear in any way negative to them for those groups of voters, plus also for the activists that will kick up a stink if they go against them. So after being so outspoken for 2 years, negative on Israel, etc., the Bondi attack happens, which was fostered and nurtured in their anti-Jewish regime. And then when it happens, the Prime Minister is so lukewarm, like he clams up, sweaty, white, he can hardly say a thing. And then Wong goes MIA, completely missing. We hardly see any of the others. The others bumble and mumble their way through. Honestly, they don't even care, because they're just so careful not to say anything against their Muslim and multicultural votes. They don't even care how anti-Semitic they look. But this is where it doesn't add up. How can you be so silent? How can you be so silent after being so vocal for 2 years? Answer that one. I'm just going to say it. Not only has Labor as a whole shown themselves to be anti-Semitic, they are also communist, Marxist, and way too friendly to Islam. This Labor government admires China and every ideology that conflicts with Australian culture. Get them gone. As a whole, the Labor Party has proven themselves to be anti-Semitic. Their words and actions for the last 2 years, combined with their underwhelming response to the Bondi attack. I'm guessing Jews don't vote Labor. I'm guessing Muslims do vote Labor. The Jewish community is small. The Islamic community has grown big. The Labor Party has shown their true colours as being religiously loyal to them and any other ideologies that are at complete conflict with our Christian Judeo-cultural foundation. Where is Wong? No Hanukkah, no Christmas, no straight relationship. Something Wong. There's no doubt about it. Wong is consistently Wong.
Where is Wong? For 2 years, she was claiming the spotlight as being anti-Israel. Now, when Jews are slaughtered in her own country, she's nowhere to be found. There's no doubt about it, Wong is consistently Wong.
Where is Penny Wong? After Bondi, silence, nothing. No leadership, no courage. For 2 years, she's abandoned Israel, distanced Australia from its strongest democratic ally, the USA, and turned her back on the Jewish community, all to appease extremists and activists. And now, when violence explodes on our own streets, she says nothing, and Penny Wong helped create the climate that allowed it. Where is Wong? No Hanukkah, no Christmas, no straight relationship. Something Wong. There's no doubt about it. Wong is consistently Wong.